Good morning. It is Thursday, February 20th, 2020. It's about 8 degrees Celsius or 47 Fahrenheit. This morning it was about 2 degrees Celsius and that's 36 Fahrenheit. For the last 4 or 5 days the sun has been out and these bees have been quite active. I don't know if you can see it too well, but down in between the hives there I have a bucket that I was storing honey in that's got little scraps of honey in it, and bees are cleaning that up for me. But what I need to do today is do an assessment on Hive 3, which is the one on the end here, the shorter one. The reason being, I come back home yesterday about 2:30 in the afternoon and just happened to look out here, and there was a humongous swarm of bees out orienting in front of the hive, which I haven't seen. I mean, there's regular activity going on right now. You can see them coming in and going out. They're out foraging. But yesterday that big swarm that was out in front, they were all facing the hive and they were doing small circles, and then they would start doing bigger circles and bigger circles. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but my assumption is that when there's a big swarm of bees come out orienting, that means that they've been replaced on the inside by new bees. So I think there was a big hatch going on inside the hive yesterday. Now, my big worry is that right at this point in time, in both of these hives, the bees are all up in the top box. Now, these are 3 medium, the Hive 3 is 3 medium boxes, and Hive 2, which is the taller one, is 4 medium boxes. But the bees are all up in the top. And my understanding is that the bees will only move upwards and they won't move back down. And what I'm a little concerned about now is that because they're all up in the top box, they may assume that they've run out of space and they may want to swarm or start thinking about swarming. So what I want to do is lift the inner cover and do an assessment on the number of bees that are in the top box and go from there. So I don't know that I need my gear, but I might. So I'm going to get the lid off and I'll pull the masking tape off around the inner cover, and then we'll have a look and see what they're doing. Okay, so you can see some of the bees down in there. They have been up here. You can see the sugar's a little balled up. They have been up here feeding. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick them up, but there you can see the bees down in the middle there. They're just really calm. But you can see how that clear lid, there's no dark spots there, so there's no bees up there feeding. So I'm going to try and get the inner cover here loose and just have a peek at them and see what's what. There, that's loose. Just really gently pick that up. Two bees on the bottom there, so I'm just going to tilt that up. Well, I don't think I need to do too much with them right at the moment. Oh, look at the pollen patty. They like that pollen patty. They've done a good number on that pollen patty there. And they're still chewing away at it. So I kind of like that formula. Maybe I'll put that formula in the description, and so you can try it out if you like. You can see there's bees, but they're only on the front part of the box. That's where it's warmest, because that's where the sun is hitting. So they've got plenty of space in there, and looks like they've still got lots of honey. So I'm just going to cover them up, tape them up again, and leave them be. Yeah, they look like they're in good shape. But there's lots you can see down all these frames here. They're just covered with bees at the front, but at the back here, there's nothing. So they got plenty of space in here, so I don't have to worry about them swarming. So I'm not going to do any box reversals today, because that would mean tearing all the paper, the tar paper off, and you know, doing a major disruption on them. So I'm going to put the top cover on and go get my duct tape and tape them up again, and then we'll have a look in Hive 2 there and see what they're doing. Alright, be back in a minute. Alright, let's have a look in Hive 2 here. I did put the solid cap back on here because the clear cap, even though you can see through it, the bees can see out through it too a little bit, I think. And these girls, they've been at the sugar, but these girls, and I think because the morning sun comes in through the vent hole in the roof, they could see the sunshine, and they were trying to get out through the lid. So I've just put this back on here to see if that stops it, and it looks like it has. So let's try and pry this. I want to do a temperature check on these girls too. 80 degrees. Yeah, 20, 27, 28 Celsius. Yeah, they're producing a lot of heat. A lot of heat at the front. Gently. Feet on the bottom there. No, there doesn't. Wow, they've just destroyed that pollen patty. I'm gonna have to get another one and put it in there. I don't know where all of these are unless they did move down. A lot of bees down on those frames. But again, they're all at the front. They have plenty of honey left. Just looking down through here, you can see a lot of bees down in that box. Let's see if I can get the camera over here. But there's not a lot right here. You see a lot of bees right here at the front. But that's all that's left of that pollen patty that I put in there. So I'm going to get another one and stick it in there. So I wonder if they did go back down. This is a new experience for me, so there are a lot of bees down in there. So maybe they're just a little deeper in the box. So they look good so far. So what I'm going to do is get a new pollen patty, put it on the top, and then I'll tape them up and leave them be. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I've taken that crusty old patty out, got a fresh one. I had it in the freezer, so it's a bit cold, but it's still soft. And I've taken the corner of my hive tool and cut little slits in it for them. And we'll just put that there so that they can get at it. As you can see, one of the problems with this backyard is right up there, that big old cedar tree. You can see the sun is just starting to go behind it, and it won't be back until probably 1:30 this afternoon. And so it'll cool off here in the backyard. You can already see the number of bees that are out foraging have pretty much decreased to a small trickle. They are bringing in pollen. Some of it's red, some's sort of a gold color, and some of it's a bright yellow. So I'm not sure what they're getting it from, but they are bringing it in. So I'm going to tape up this inner cover. Just run my duct tape around the outside of it again. And I suppose I should have a look in the little hive sitting over here while I'm doing this. And just check on them. So I'll be back in a minute. So I peeked in here yesterday and there was a lot of bees in the dish, but they're all down in the center there now. But this hive is kind of worrying me a little bit because there seems to be a lot more moisture coming up into this dish than the other two. And that's a bad thing this time of year, have moisture in the hive. So let's just pull this tape off of here. Let's have a quick peek. Well, the pollen patty's still there. It's not as big a population as the other boxes. It seems to be all right in the middle here. But they look pretty good. They're kind of working away at that patty. I wonder if we're going to put some more slits in it. And see if that gets them going on it. That's empty. That's empty. So the outside frames are empty, but I can see honey down on these frames here, and they a little closer in. But I'm just going to cover them back up, tape them up, and let them do the thing. That doesn't want to fit back down on there, does it? There we go. Alrighty, so that's it for today's assessment. So, hope you're all having a good day. It looks like we've got things are well in hand here, so I'm going to tape the top seam up here again, and I'll make up a PDF document and leave an attachment for it in the description for that pollen patty, because the other patties that I made before, the other formulas, the bees didn't seem to care for it too much, but this one they seem to be liking it a lot more than the other ones. So I think that's it for today, so we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.